So we're pleased to announce another new version of BetAngel. This version contains exchange streaming, and I thought I'd do a little intro before showing you the benefits of that within the product so you can understand exactly what it does. But basically, exchange streaming is a different way of getting price and match bet data from Betfair. Most products currently in the marketplace will actually go to Betfair, ask for price information, and bring that back down. So the problem that you have with that is that's relatively slow, and it's a little bit limited in how information is retrieved. So basically you pull data from Betfair and you have to poll it, you have to request it every certain time period, and so on and so forth. Now the big difference with streaming is that Betfair push the prices to you. So say there's an update somewhere on their server, a bet has been matched, a price has been updated, something's happened, then that information gets pushed towards you. So the big benefit of streaming is if you look at the maximum refresh rate that we had on BetAngel, it was 200 milliseconds, and now you can update it as fast as 20 milliseconds. So if you're doing some automation or you're using Guardian, then it can rip through that dramatically, because previously what we had to do before was saying, can we have data on this market? Yep. Can we have data on that market? Yep. Can we have data on that? Yep. 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 And we'd have to cycle through quite slowly. It was it worked, but streaming is just an evolution, a step further up from there. There are other benefits that streaming will give us, and you'll see that coming into the product over time. But again, this is another commitment of ours to the product. As I've mentioned before, trading is what I do. It's the core of everything that I do. And therefore, we're committed to using a lot of the money that we get from subscriptions to push back into development and keep pushing the product forward. We intend to do that for as long as we can. And this is another evolution. It was a significant rewrite of BetAngel to be able to do this, because one of the things that we noticed was data was coming down so fast that that was putting a lot more pressure on your local PC. So we had to re-engineer the software to be able to cope with that. And the development team has done a fabulous job of that. But I'll do a little video just after this to explain it in a little more detail so you can see visually the difference between the old version and the new version. And hopefully you can get significant benefit from using that. And we've done it as quickly as we can within the constraints of the complexity of the software. And we obviously want you to benefit from that as much as I will benefit from being able to use the latest technology when trading. So anyhow, have a look at the rest of this video, and it will just give you a very quick overview of one of the key benefits of the new streaming.
So let me show you how streaming works and what impact it has on the product. So on the main screen here you can see it says refresh every 200 milliseconds. That's the fastest you can refresh, or you can go as slow as a minute if you wish. I use 1 minute on the next president market at the moment. And where you'll see the biggest impact on streaming is with inside Guardian. So if we go into Guardian, I'll show you basically what typically happens within Guardian. Up here you can set the refresh frequency at a number of different levels. But if I set it at 1 second, say for example, this will give you a good illustration of what's going on. If I now click on Add Market, then what will happen is it will go tick, 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 tick. So every second it's going next market, 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 and so on. So can you see it's going, and therefore if you have an Excel sheet, you have automation rules, or you have something tied to this market, it's getting refreshed at this frequency. So if we wait for the 2 o'clock at Ludlow to get refreshed, it's going to have to do all of these first, come back round to the top, and then come down and reach Ludlow. So that takes a little bit of time for it to loop round at that frequency. You can speed it up. We allow you to speed that up if you wish within Guardian. But if we switch on streaming, then you'll see a different view of the market. So we'll get rid of all of those markets there. And if we go into settings, we can actually go to communications. So this is typically how you'll arrive at settings. Click on the communications tab. And then you can see it says here, use exchange streaming. So I'm going to click on that, and now streaming is active. How do you know that streaming is active? Well, if you go to the bottom of the screen, you can see at the bottom here, there's a little thing that says streaming. So that tells you that streaming is active. If we switch streaming off, then you can see it re-establishes a connection with conventional polling, which is what we call the conventional way of retrieving prices from Betfair. So we'll switch streaming on. It confirms that streaming is activated. And if we go to Guardian, then you can see that we can still do it at 1 second if we so wish. But obviously, now that we have streaming, prices are going to come down faster to us. So why don't we actually see what options we have available to us? So can you see? You can go down to 20 milliseconds. So if we throw the markets into BetAngel now, you'll see that they update virtually instantaneously. It takes a little bit of time, obviously, because it has to populate and everything like that from there. But if we look at the last update value, can you see how quickly that's updating? That's a damn sight faster than you had before. So this is hugely advantageous if you're doing anything in Guardian, whether you're just searching markets, gathering information, whether you've got an Excel sheet attached, whether you're using automation rules. It's going to fly through those at a rate of knots. So this is why we've been keen to put streaming into BetAngel, because it gives you a huge advantage in terms of the amount of things that you can do within here. So it's hugely advantageous to use it like this, and of course you can have this in the background and still work on a different market in the foreground if you want to. If you work up here at a particular speed, and then you can have Guardian belting through in the background, that's going to be massively advantageous for you. So yeah, there are many advantages to streaming, but this is the most obvious one. Now on the main screen as well, you're not restricted to your standard 200 milliseconds. You can see that you can stream at higher speed there as well. So whether you decide to stream at high speed on Guardian and high speed here, or lower speed here and high speed on Guardian, it's entirely up to you. If you're manually trading, there's probably no point in having it refreshing at 20 milliseconds. You probably want it at a different rate. And if you have the market loaded in Guardian anyway, that may influence what you choose to do. But yeah, there's streaming for you.
If you're interested in learning more about BetAngel, its tools and the opportunities they present, then why not visit betangel.com today and download a free trial.